So here's what you need to be picking up with these Black Friday deals of being up to 50 to 70% off of some of these items and businesses. Yep, perfect. So now we're gonna jump into the Avenger here. And since this one is 70% off, you're gonna be able to get it for like $1 million. And if you want to get all the upgrades, the weapons facility, the turrets, the vehicle workshop, you're going to be able to get all of that for about $1.9 million. So we engage the autopilot here, and then we can go back into the hold. Now back here, we're going to have the vehicle workshop, which is this area right here, which you can bring your Vigilante in, your Toreador, all your weaponized vehicles, and get your upgrades in here. So that means you don't have to have the bunker and the MOC. So that's already huge. You can do that for $1 million. Well, it's going to be closer to 1.8. You have to get the upgrades. You got the weapons workshop here, so you can get all your weapons up to Mark II weapons. Special carbine, pump shotgun, all that stuff, and add explosive rounds if you haven't researched from the bunker. But if you don't, you can still get the Mark II level of all these weapons. Now we've also got the turret over here. You can get that upgrade. I don't know what size rounds these are, but they're explosive and they destroy everything. Basically in one shot. As you can see here, I'm destroying every civilian and they don't see it coming. Instantly blow up. It's like a grenade launcher. It's like the RPG missile, but it comes out of this Avenger. So some of your friends can hop in here and you guys can go grief some lobbies. So now we back out of this, we'll stand up here, and then we can head over to the operation terminal. We'll register as a CEO. And now we're gonna have two different mission areas here. And by doing these, you're gonna be able to get the trade prices and discounts for other vehicles. Like this third one over here on the right, this is for the Raiju Jet, which I believe is like 40% off right now. So you can get it at an even cheaper price by doing this mission. And there's some LSA operations missions in here. You can make a little bit of money. They don't really pay that well, but they're still fun to do. And finally, this thing can handle up to 26 homing missiles. So if you're gonna fly around in a lobby and use it for missions, it's good for that too. So with 70% off, definitely pick this up. So next up at 50% off, we have the Terabyte. Right off the bat, I highly recommend getting this. It's a very it's a necessity. That's what I'm trying to say. The upgrades and modifications are also 50% off, like the Master Control Terminal, where you head in here, and you can control all your businesses. You can restock them, resupply them, sell them from here. So if we go to the nightclub, our popularity is extremely low, as you can see that. We can go here and rebook all these DJs, go back and forth instantly, skip the cutscene, so it's super fast. Now we go back and we go back in, and not quite there, 2 more probably. Okay, and now we're gonna start making 50K an hour off our nightclub. Immediately. Pick up all these upgrades. These are all 50% off. The security upgrade, I don't know if you really need that one. So do the staff and the equipment one first, and then get security later. And now you can access all your other businesses. So the bunker we have right here. Go in here, we go to resupply up on the left here, and then we hit buy supplies, and now we can just buy more supplies, and that'll be sent to our bunker. Go down to the lockups, cash factory, all that stuff. You can just resupply it from here. You don't have to travel all over the city to do it. It's a good vehicle, specifically just because of that. The Master Control Terminal is huge. Also, if you have an Oppressor Mark II, you can open up your interaction menu and request your Oppressor directly from the Terabyte and keep it in here so it's easier to access. And you don't have to look through your garages and all that other stuff. So highly recommend picking up the Terabyte. Also, I think it handles like 34 homing missiles. So it's good to use in public lobbies. And you can upgrade it by being in your garment factory here. You press right when you get into the Terabyte. Press right to modify it. And that's how you're gonna add armor and all this extra stuff. Engines, the Bureau Tech. This is how you do the collectible scanner, which will show you where hidden stuff is, the cards, all those like hidden items all over the map. Missile lock-on jammer you can get, and then the Master Control Terminal, which is half off, so it's basically free. Next item on the list is gonna be the Garment Factory. This is a one-time purchase. It's half off right now. And by one-time purchase, I mean you don't have to upgrade it or do anything with it. You go into Maze Bank Foreclosures right here, enter the site. Garment Factory is gonna be on the right here, and there's only one location, so you pick that one. And normally when you go to buy it, it's gonna say about 1.1 million on the bottom left here. So I highly recommend picking that up as well, because that's gonna give you the options to do these priority files that you see every week that have like double money. And this one this week, I don't know if you saw my short video on it. It's worth $1.2 million, and they take like 20 minutes to do. So if we log into the computer here, you can see here, I completed this one already. They have weekly files that you can do. The priority file is always worth double money. This week, it's worth 4 times money. So you make $1.2 million. You get the Garment Factory for free just by completing this mission. That money pays for the entire thing. So you need to do it. Also, Weapon Workshop, you have that here if you want it here. And then if we go downstairs, see this elevator here? We go to the basement garage. Now we've got a 10-car garage down here that you can store your vehicles in. I believe it's 10 cars. Let me double check. Access. Yes, 10-spot garage. But it also has a secret item. It's got a fast travel here. So we can fast travel instantly anywhere in the map. Well, not anywhere. Any one of these locations. There's 5 locations. So we can go right to the airport. LSIA parking station. We click on that one. And now if you look at the map, we're at LSIA in the security area instantly here. Now we go back in our secret travel area here. This will bring us back to the garment factory and you can go to any one of these other locations. So that's super helpful on its own right there. So pick up the garment factory. It's $1 million, 100% worth it at 50% off. So the next place we have here is the nightclub. I don't know why he's waking up in a bathroom, but if you step out here, the first thing I'll show you, you can tip this attendant right here $1. And if you do it like 570 times, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, if you tip him $577, you unlock the Epsilon robes, which is a secret outfit that no one ever tells you about. It's not in the game anywhere. It's just something that you can do. I'll show you what it looks like quick. I might have it saved on one of my outfits. Yeah, this thing. So you unlock this outfit, tip him $577. It takes like 20 minutes to do. You'll get a little notification on the bottom so you know that you got it. So just pay attention to your screen while you're trying to get it. All right, so as far as the nightclub, what I would say about this, it's 50% off. It's half off. It's one of the best businesses to have because your passive income here on the bottom right, that wall safe area. So now that we're in our nightclub, it makes a shitload of money, but the only downfall with it is you need to own these other businesses. So if you do the warehouse management, to make most of the money in the nightclub is you're going to be selling your goods, right? So you have all these different goods here, but they need to stock up over time. They take a while to stock up. It's all passive, which is good. But to make it the most efficient, you have to buy 5 warehouse technicians, which are not cheap. And then you have to own other businesses. So cargo and shipments, if we look at this one here, to get the supplies for this business, you have to own the special cargo warehouses. To get the sporting goods, you need the bunker. To get the organic produce, you have to have the grow house. Cash creation is the cash creation counterfeit business. Printing and copying is the document forgery business. Let me click that. And pharmaceutical research is the meth lab. So you have to own all these MC businesses on top of the special cargo warehouse, on top of the bunker to make this the most efficient. It's still very good because you get 50K per hour. Well, per every 48 minutes, because that's an in-game day in GTA. So it has one of the best daily incomes, but to make it the most efficient, you need to own these other businesses so you can sell all your goods. And once you can sell them, it's like $2 million per sale. If we go to the foreclosures website here and we go to nightclubs, I have this location. I mean, the nightclub isn't too bad to get into. They're about 600 to 800,000 a piece. So just specifically with the daily 48-minute passive income that it gets, it'll pay for itself in not too long, 10 hours of gameplay, something like that. And you can get up to 4 garages, which each hold like 8 cars in them. So if you need more garage space, this is also a good upgrade. And to max out the sales, you'd have to add up the 4 extra floors to your storage facility, which is expensive as well. So I would say the only reason to pick up the nightclub at this discount would be if you had the other businesses going on. If you had the other businesses like the MC business or something like that. But if you only have like $1 million and you're gonna buy one business, don't do the nightclub. I would say if you only have the money to get one business, I would pick up the next one here. This one is the hangar. So now depending on how much money you have, this one's a little more expensive, but if you're just picking up one business from the discounted ones this week, I would say this is the one to get. And I'll tell you why. If we go into the Maze Bank foreclosures again, you can get one of these lower area ones down here from LSIA. They're not most desirable locations, but this one's 600,000 and this one's 762,000. I would recommend, if you can, get one of these locations in the airport or in Fort Zancudo. They're gonna be twice as much, but you're gonna get access to Fort Zancudo. You'll be able to fly over it and the military won't shoot you. So that's worth the price right there. On top of the location, it's the middle of the map. So any mission that you have or anything you have to do with it is so much faster if you get one of these locations. I've got the 3497 one. I think that's the best location. Let me know what you think. I've seen some people say these ones are the best location. If you could explain yourself, I would appreciate that. So you don't have to get any of these upgrades. I'd only recommend getting the office furniture, going to at least traditional. That way you can have snacks in your hangar. The standard option like this doesn't have a table, so there's no snacks. And then the living quarters allows you to fast travel back to the hangar. So when you're gonna be grinding and like filling up your cargo for the hangar, you're going to be able to fast travel back there and it's going to save you a bunch of time. Also, you have Rooster here who will go and supply air cargo for you. So you can speak to him, 25 grand, and he goes and picks up at least 1, sometimes 2 crates. And I think possibly he does 3 on like a rare occasion. But the reason I think the hangar is one of the best options is because there's no cooldown on it. So if you do like Cayo Perico, you're going to have a 3-hour cooldown in between when you're solo grinding Cayo Perico and trying to finish those missions. If you're grinding the hangar, you can make $1 million an hour and you can do it nonstop because once you sell all of your cargo at the end of it, when your warehouse is full, you're gonna be able to start resupplying it immediately. You just go up here, you go to source, only choose between narcotics or chemicals. You're gonna get the biggest bonus of having the exact same type. If you have 50 narcotics, you're gonna have the best bonus. You'll have a 70% bonus by having all the exact same type when you sell. So just resupply the same item. Don't go back and forth. 35% of 2 different items is not the same as 70% of 1. I don't know why people keep trying to say that. 35% is 35%. So you'll get a 70% bonus for having all the same item. Stick with the same one. Another reason I think the hangar is a must buy is because when you do your sell missions, you only ever get 1 vehicle. So when you have a solo sell, you can do it by yourself every single time. It takes 7 minutes, 10 minutes to do, because you're only going to get 1 vehicle. So you can do it in a public lobby, get your 50% bonus, which is 100% worth it right there. Also, the hangar can't get raided like the nightclub or the bunker or your MC businesses. The hangar will never get raided. So you don't have to worry about the cops showing up and taking all of your inventory out because it cannot get raided. So the hangar is a must buy. The upgrades and modifications are all 50% off as well. See, and since I own this hangar that's in the military base, I can fly around here and they won't shoot me down unless I start destroying stuff in the military base. So pick up the hangar for sure. Get that one. If you get none other, get the cheapest hangar, and then you're gonna be able to make some money doing that. So here's another business I believe you should pick up, but only if you plan on getting the hangar. This one goes along with the hangar. This is the Higgins Heli Tours business. And if we go to the computer, you can see it right here. So the original price is gonna be $900,000 for this. There's nothing to renovate, nothing to update. You can change the color. That's about it. The reason you need to pick up the Higgins Heli Tours is because it adds a 10% bonus to your cargo selling missions at the hangar. And you don't have to do anything with it. You just need to own it. So you can buy it for $400,000 and it's gonna make its money back in your first hangar sale that you do. The only downfall is to buy the Higgins Heli Tours, you have to own the hands-on car wash, which this thing is gonna be about $1 million, so half off it's $500,000. God damn, that was close. But the only way that I can tell you confidently to pick up the hands-on car wash and to say that it's worth it is if you come over to the safe here, I can view my daily income. The thing that makes this really worth it is owning all these other businesses. So just owning the hands-on car wash itself is not going to be worth it at all. But you get $27,000 every 48 minutes from this business just for owning other businesses. So it's really only good for people that have every other business. If you're new, I would stay away from this one for now because you're really not gonna make much money otherwise. And last on the list is high-end apartments. So if we go over to Dynasty 8 here, we can view property listings. High-end apartments, they're $500,000. They're half off. No, don't get these. There's no need for them unless you just wanna flex your money and have a sick place. But the mansions come out in like a week and a half. So avoid those at all costs because you'd rather have a mansion than a high-end apartment. Am I right? So completely avoid those. That's a waste of time and money. They're really not even that cool and pretty much all look identical. Unless it's some random house in the hills. But even at that, you might as well save for the mansions coming out. All right, let me know what you're gonna be picking up with these half-off deals. If you agree, disagree, and subscribe for more GTA updates.